So the climatic influences here in Chablis, being in the northern part of Bourgogne, we got a cool climate area, semi-continental climate, meaning slightly more humidity and slightly cooler area. So if you compare it to southern Bourgogne, we would peak much later, or much later is about 15 days. So if you compare it to southern Bourgogne, like Mâcon, we would be about 15 days later than Mâcon, and probably 7 to 10 days later than Beaune. So we peak later, and during spring we are more subject to frost. So basically, to fight against the frost, we got two systems. The first one being spray, so we spray some water to protect the buds of the vines. And the second system would be what we call chaufferette. So we put out a system and burn some gas to warm the climate around the buds. So Bourgogne is quite a long area, about 250 kilometers. So obviously we are here in the most northern part. So cool climate, semi-continental. So we got some very fresh wine with some very mineral character, very precise. We speak about crystal clear wines. So very precise, very clean, very fresh. I wouldn't say I produce Chardonnay. I'm using Chardonnay to produce our Chablis. As you understood, our most important thing is our soil and climate. And I tell you a nice story. I got a phone call from a very good Australian friend probably 10 years ago. And he had some Chardonnay grapes in the cellar. And he asked me, JP, how could I make a Chardonnay style? And I was quite stuck by the question because I couldn't understand it. And my only answer to him was, come to Chablis, because yeah, you got the grapes, but if you want to make some Chablis, you got to have our climate and chemoregent soil. So come to me and I will let you know how to make some Chablis. Fortunately for us, you cannot reproduce. It's not a formula, it's not like having like some limestone or calcaire and Chardonnay and good climate. You have no recipe. To make Chablis style, you got to be here with the chemoregent soil, the typical aspect of the soil, the typical altitude. And yes, the Chardonnay will have some influence, but it's basically the influence more of the soil, of the depth of the soil, of the slopes, and the altitude. So no, you cannot reproduce some Chablis anywhere else just by having some calcaire and Chardonnay. For the notion author, what is fixed is the style of the wine or the backbone. Like if you speak about Vaillon or Montmilieu, the backbone of the wine is always the same. But then depending if you got a cool year or warm year, the style would vary a bit, giving some different aromatics, a bit more length. Like if you speak about 2011, for example, Montmilieu would be like more like a straight line. If you speak about 2009, it would be rounder and richer. And the other parameter that you got to keep in mind, despite the climate, soil, is a winemaking process. Because obviously we do have some influence on this. The first one and probably the most important one would be the picking date. Some wineries would pick very early to keep some very fresh wine, very like lemony, citrusy. Some other wineries, they would prefer to have something slightly richer. I would say I would be in between. So the influence of the human influence will be quite important. And then about the longer in the winemaking process, do we do full malolactic or half malo in Chablis? That's the choice that you got. And then the aging time would be like a very important parameter. Time on lees, the question, do you use oak or no oak in Chablis? And the last one would be the time you decide to bottle, because some wineries would like they like to bottle quite early, say 6 to 8 months after picking. Some other wineries they prefer to have some long aging, like what we do. So aging on fine lees to give some more backbone to the wine and more complexity.